Let's go. Texas A&M standard really quick out of the gate. Going to be already having ammo before UCSD is able to make it to their ammunition depot.
Looks like both robots for Texas A&M are able to be functional. Looks like UCSD's standard is, but their hero seems to not be. That could be due to that bumper issue that we saw earlier where the standard ran into their own hero and knocked the bumper off.
Yeah, the sentry for UCSD not able to defend itself very well.
We're looking at the perspective. Ooh, with that barrel switch.
Texas A&M taking some huge damage there, trading back and forth, both about down a third versus the standard from UCSD. It is kind of fun to watch that barrel swap to avoid barrel heat as A&M takes out standard 3 from UCSD.
That was pretty interesting to see how quickly those barrels overheated. You don't really realize it at level 1, but that's a very, very quick heat up and very long cooldown for those barrels.
So Chad, as we mentioned, this...
Ooh, a very long-range shot from the hero was actually able to connect on that sentry.
Great job from Texas
Looks like they're moving in, trying to get some more damage on it.
And it's another hero shot connecting on the sentry. Texas A&M doing a good job using both robots to chew through the health of this sentry. 250 health, 3 minutes and 40 seconds. This is the fastest pace we've seen. Obviously, UCSD not putting up a lot of defense here, but just time and money efficiency on chewing through health is going pretty well for Texas A&M.
See that double barrel being able to be used pretty effectively to be able to not have a barrel overheating as much or dying to overheat, which is a problem we've seen play quite a few teams in this competition so far. Looks like that sentry is drifting a little bit more than expected.
Might have a projectile underneath there or an issue with a wheel. Standard 3 from UCSD knocked out once again. Now building a level advantage is Texas A&M, level 2 to level 1. 2 minutes and 56 seconds left to go. They've got a little bit of gold left to spend. There it goes.
And then leaving a little bit more damage to be done to the UCSD sentry for that to be completely knocked out. And there it goes. Now it is time to start working on that base.
Getting a little bit low there. But you can see they have their 2 barrel heat indicators, left and right,
which actually seem to be swapped opposite.
That barrel swap is, Matt, we'd have to take a look at that footage again later maybe. But it was interesting. It's debatable if that barrel swap was actually letting them juggle barrel heat any better than just burst firing.
Well, it did. It did also appear that, yeah, I think that's a very valid observation because as you're saying, it was almost by the time the barrel got switched over, it looked like the barrel heat was already down, at least on the level 3 standard.
That's true, yeah. So you might be able to optimize something else about your standard, whether that's chassis power or health, rather than barrel heat, if you're able to manage barrel heat by swapping barrels instead of in software changes.
Because as we saw earlier, it was actually a bit more beneficial, but I think we can definitely review that in the post-review of the game during the instant replays as we watch
A&M making
blows happen,
there we go.
And there's a hero shot, as well as quite a few standard shots.
Matt, I'll say this camera angle that we have right now is probably the best shot for the hero to take. If you can shoot over the wall, you can fire directly perpendicular to the armor plate of the base. If you're in that gap between the walls, you're at an angle to both sides of the triangularly shaped base, which is causing some of these hero shots to count as standard.
And that's going to be pretty detrimental considering how much more expensive with the in-game currency those hero shots are per single projectile.
You can see UCSD taking some shots and landing them on Texas A&M Sentry, actually chewing away at the health. They've taken away more than 150 HP now.
But that will not do too much if this hero is able to land a single shot on the base for UCSD, because that will be the game-winning shot if they're able to land it. Looks like they're going to go and opt for standard to be the one to finish off the base.
Texas A&M's first showing of the day, end of the year. They're able to take a win over UCSD pretty well, too. We didn't, like I mentioned in the beginning, when you're facing a newer team, you typically don't get to see Sentry performance as the experienced team. And that was true. I don't think we saw UCSD cross that middle barrier.
No, we did. When the hero went past it, the Sentry just did not engage on the hero whenever the hero was past it attacking the Sentry.